It's Friday, the 19th of September. Welcome to the PDB Afternoon Bulletin. I'm Mike Baker, your eyes and ears on the world stage. All right, let's get briefed. First up, South Korean intelligence is reporting that Russia may have secretly supplied North Korea with nuclear reactor modules for submarines. Now, if confirmed, it would mark a major escalation in Moscow's ties with Pyongyang. I'll have those details. Later in the show, Israel is rolling out a major advancement in its missile defense system, a laser interceptor dubbed the Iron Beam. But first, today's afternoon spotlight. We're starting off today with a troubling report out of Seoul, South Korea. South Korea's military says it has intelligence suggesting that Russia may have supplied North Korea with nuclear reactor modules for use in nuclear-powered submarines. Now, that's in exchange for supporting Russia's efforts in Ukraine. If that turns out to be true, well, it's not just another sketchy arms deal. This would be a strategic game-changer. A nuclear submarine module is basically the engine room of the boat, the reactor, the turbine, and the cooling system that allow a submarine to run on nuclear power instead of diesel. With that technology, a submarine can stay underwater for months at a time, travel thousands of miles without refueling, and operate far from home without having to surface where satellites or patrol aircraft might spot it. That endurance and stealth are why nuclear propulsion is such a big deal, and why spreading it to a country like North Korea is so dangerous. According to Seoul, the intelligence points to Russia transferring 2 to 3 of these modules to Pyongyang earlier this year, reportedly taken from decommissioned Russian submarines. South Korean officials say the modules include the reactor itself and the associated systems, including the cup holders and the floor mats. If the parts are intact, it would give Kim Jong-un's regime a significant jumpstart toward building a functioning nuclear-powered sub. Seoul has already shared the intelligence with Washington and its allies and is still working to verify exactly what happened. Now, if Moscow really did hand over this hardware, it's got major implications. For one, well, it blows a hole in the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, which is supposed to prevent exactly this kind of sensitive nuclear transfer. It would also mean Russia is directly helping North Korea build a far more survivable and mobile navy. Nuclear-powered subs are harder to track, harder to target, and would force the U.S., South Korea, and Japan to rethink how they patrol their waters and defend their fleets. Imagine North Korean boats able to shadow Allied ships or slip closer to potential targets without surfacing. That changes the strategic balance in the Pacific. Now, to be clear, experts caution that even with these modules, Pyongyang faces serious technical challenges. Running and maintaining a nuclear reactor isn't like firing up a diesel engine, of course. It takes years of engineering know-how, specialized materials, and, well, a lot of testing. But the concern is that even partial transfers could accelerate North Korea's progress. One option on the table for them is that they set up a land-based facility, run the reactor there to study it, and then adapt what they've learned to a submarine. That would shorten the timeline considerably. It's also likely that if the Kremlin has provided Pyongyang with these modules, they're also providing technical know-how from Russian engineers and specialists. The political fallout, meanwhile, could be immediate. If confirmed, expect fresh sanctions on both Pyongyang and Moscow, and a stronger push for Washington to coordinate closely with Seoul and Tokyo on anti-submarine warfare. It would also underscore just how far Moscow is willing to go to shore up its partnership with Pyongyang in exchange for things like artillery shells and North Korean manpower for the war in Ukraine. South Korean officials are still investigating, still testing the credibility of the intelligence. We'll provide more as the story develops. All right. Speaking of submarines, a quick reminder that the latest episode of our new series, The Day the World Almost Ended, is out now. We're telling the story of the Cuban Missile Crisis at sea, when a Soviet submarine, armed with a nuclear torpedo, came within moments of launching on U.S. forces. You can listen by becoming a PDB Premium subscriber. That's simple. Just go to pdbpremium.com. Coming up next, Israel's new Iron Beam laser defense is officially operational, promising to shoot down rockets and drones at the speed of light and at minimal cost. I'll be right back. Hey, Mike Baker here. Now, you've probably heard me talk about that great fitness company, Jacked Up Fitness, right? And they're the amazing all-in-one home gym. Now, for home fitness, that thing is a game changer. But Don and his terrific team over at Jacked Up Fitness have some more news. They know that many people are short on time and short on money, but still want to get fit. So now, listen to this. You can start your fitness journey for under $60 and in just 6 minutes each day. Introducing, and here comes that blast from the past, the all-new Shake Weight by Jacked Up Fitness. That's right, Shake Weight. 15 years ago, the original Shake Weight, you remember that, shook the world. Now the fitness legend returns, bigger, better, and built to perform. Why now, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because science has finally caught up with the importance of explosive power and fast-twitch muscle training. And that's something that the Shake Weight delivers in a compact, powerful way for beginners and serious heavy lifters and athletes alike. The spring-loaded weights on each end send shock waves of energy throughout your whole upper body, forcing your muscles to contract up to 240 times per minute. Beginners can tone and tighten their arms and shoulders and chest. Lifters can prime their upper bodies in between sets and get that final burn, while athletes can sharpen reaction times and build explosive power for that competitive edge. The Shake Weight is no joke. It's serious training made simple. So if you're looking for a fun way to jumpstart or supercharge your fitness routine, get the all-new Shake Weight by Jacked Up Fitness. Just go to jackedupshakeweight.com. Again, that's jackedupshakeweight.com. Welcome back to the PDB Afternoon Bulletin. This week, Israel announced it's ready to deploy the world's first operational, high-powered laser air defense system. It's called the Iron Beam, and Israeli officials are calling it a historic milestone. After more than a decade in development, the system has passed its final tests and will be handed over to the Israel Defense Forces, the IDF, by the end of the year. So, you ask yourself, what is it? Well, the Iron Beam is a directed energy weapon designed to complement, not replace, Israel's existing missile defense umbrella. Systems like Iron Dome, David's Sling, and Arrow have proven themselves countless times against rockets and long-range threats. But they're expensive, each interceptor costing tens of thousands of dollars. The Iron Beam, by contrast, uses concentrated laser energy. As long as you've got a power source, the ammunition is essentially unlimited. That means no scrambling for resupplies during a war of attrition, and no million-dollar missiles intercepting rockets and drones that only cost a few $100s. Now, this technology has some major advantages over traditional interceptors. It's fast. Laser beams travel at the speed of light, so reaction time is virtually instant. It's precise, capable of targeting drones and mortars and smaller rockets that might slip through other defense systems. And it's cheap. The cost per shot is measured in electricity, not in complex missile components. Israeli defense officials are hailing this as a game-changer in the economics of defense, giving them the ability to neutralize mass barrages without bankrupting their war chest. However, it's not without its limits. Unlike traditional missile interceptors, lasers need clear skies. Heavy cloud cover, smoke, dust, or sandstorms can interfere with their accuracy. And while it can handle short to medium-range threats like drones and smaller rockets, bigger long-range missiles will still require the firepower of systems like Iron Dome or Arrow. So think of Iron Beam not as a silver bullet, but as another layer in Israel's multi-layered and multi-tiered shield. The Israeli defense firm behind the laser, Rafael, is already working on expanded versions of the system, a heavier Iron Beam 450, a truck-mounted mobile unit, and even a maritime version for the Navy. And there's a lighter variant designed to be mounted on armored vehicles for use in ground operations. For a country under constant threat from rockets and drones, this is a significant leap forward. For its adversaries, from Hamas and Hezbollah to Iran, it's yet another reminder that Israel is racing ahead in military technology, and they're doing so at a cost that will be far harder for their enemies to match. By the way, if you want to see a video of the Iron Beam system in action, we've posted one on our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/President's Daily Brief. And that, my friends, is the PDB Afternoon Bulletin for Friday, the 19th of September. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to me at pdb@thefirsttv.com. And, of course, it's Friday. You knew that was Friday. Congrats on making it through another week. Now, in honor of that fact, we've got another episode of our weekend show, The Situation Report, hitting the airwaves this evening at 10 p.m. on the First TV, as well as on our YouTube channel at President's Daily Brief. And, of course, you can also catch it on podcast platforms everywhere. I'm Mike Baker, and I'll be back over the weekend with the PDB Situation Report. Until then, stay informed, stay safe, stay cool. Hey, Mike Baker here. This podcast is brought to you in part by Stash. Now, imagine investing without ever picking a single stock. With Stash, the experts handle the hard part for you. Stash isn't just another investing app. It's a registered investment advisor that combines automated investing with expert guidance, so you don't have to worry about figuring it out on your own. Choose from personalized investments or let Stash's award-winning Smart Portfolio do the work for you. With Stash, investing doesn't feel like gambling. It's simple, smart, and stress-free, so your money can finally start working as hard as you do. Get access to world-class financial advice with personalized guidance for just $3 a month. That's right, a $3 monthly subscription. Stash has already helped millions of Americans reach their financial goals. So don't let your money sit around. Put it to work with Stash. Go to get.stash.com/PDB to see how you can receive $25 towards your first stock purchase and to view important disclosures. That's get.stash.com/PDB. It's a paid non-client endorsement, not representative of all clients and not a guarantee. Investment advisory services offered by Stash Investments, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Investing involves risk. Offer is subject to terms and conditions.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment, a really positive, nice, and kind comment. That would be appreciated. And if you're not already subscribed to our channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our daily updates.